What's up and welcome to my top tech gifts slash deals for the holidays here or Christmas 2025. And Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you all get the gifts that you really want and you can give some amazing gifts as well to your loved one. Today we have gifts starting around the $30 price point going all the way up way above $1,000 up to $2,000. Depending on what your price range, there's going to be something that you can get for just about anybody. In particular, these gifts are going to be focused around gamers, especially PC gamers, and tech gifts that those people would love to have in their life. So we're going to talk about handhelds, laptops, XR glasses, docking station, gaming mouse, gaming headset, and gaming monitors. All of these gifts are from Best Buy, and this is not a sponsored video from Best Buy. This is my honest opinion about what I would actually spend my money on if I was going to buy a gift for a loved one. Most of you watching this are not currently subscribed, so if you want some honest, good, detailed tech reviews, please consider subscribing for all of the upcoming videos I have planned both for this year and all of the future videos that I'll be making as well. Now, there are going to be links to these deals in the video description down below or in the pinned comment. These are affiliated links that help support me and my team, so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart if you use them. And that's a big part of how I make money as a content reviewer. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. Let's talk about the top 5 handhelds. First up is the ROG Xbox Ally 7-inch. This is the white version. This comes with the Ryzen Z2A. This only has 8 compute units in the GPU, so it's not as powerful. It's a little bit more powerful than something like the Steam Deck, though this is running Windows. So in theory, performance on the Steam Deck, it might be a little bit better or at least very comparable in general. But this has the new ergonomics. This comes with the Xbox Game Pass, 16 gigs of unified RAM, 512 gig SSD, and it's on sale for $110 off right now. Now at full price, I might recommend something else. When it's on sale like this, I think it's really advantageous and really nice. You get 60 watt-hour battery, and this is, since it only has 8 compute units, it's gonna have really good battery life when playing games. It's gonna last for several hours. 1080p, 120 hertz display, and I have the Xbox Ally X. It feels amazing to play games on, though that one should be about twice as powerful because it has 16 compute units in the GPU on that one. And we're gonna talk about that one here in a moment. Next up is the Legion Go S. This one's $650, but it does not come with Windows. So, you know, the Xbox Ally, this one can pretty much double as a full-on computer if you hook it up with a docking station, and you could use this, do all your homework on or whatever. It's a full-on desktop computer when you hook it up. The Legion Go S, it's a Steam OS. So you have limited productivity apps, but gaming on it should be excellent. And it also has the Z2 Go, which has 12 compute units in the GPU. So it's gonna be better than the Xbox Ally, the white version, because it's gonna have more compute units. And it's a little bit more expensive as a result, so $649.99. And again, no Windows is included, though you could install Windows on this after you buy it as well. Next is the Xbox Ally X, and I have been loving using this, and the games on it are playing super smooth. I've been playing God of War Ragnarok, and when you enable frame generation, you can push nearly well over 100 frames per second if you want to, depending on your resolution and your settings. And that's in a modern title. It's kind of crazy. Now, obviously some of those are generated frames, but still, performance on this one is the best I've seen in a handheld, though I've not been able to test all of them in detail, but this has still been very impressive performance. You get a 1 terabyte SSD, so you can fit a lot more games on here. Plus you get 24 gigs of unified memory, so it can really double as a higher performance PC when you need it to. Next up is the Claw 8. This one features an Intel Core Ultra 7 processor instead of AMD Ryzen chip, and this one features the Intel Arc graphics, which is actually a little bit more powerful than the Z2 Extreme based on all the benchmarks I've seen. So if you're actually after the most powerful handheld, I believe the Claw 8 is, in theory, the better way to go. It's also a little bit bigger screen at 8 inches, 120 hertz Full HD, and it's a slightly higher resolution. Now, 32 gigs of on-system memory is also more than the Xbox Ally, but this one also costs $100 more. And ergonomically speaking, when I did my hands-on with the Claw 8, it was impressive, but it was not as comfortable as the Xbox Ally to hold in the hand. Next is the Legion Go 2. 8.8-inch 2K OLED. So it's a QHD display with the AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme. Only 16 gigs of memory though. So again, you're gonna kind of struggle with the memory in certain titles because you have to use that memory for VRAM and system memory. So the Xbox Ally is more attractive to me from a performance perspective, plus the Xbox Ally is $100 cheaper. So if I was spending money, I'd probably go Xbox Ally or potentially the MSI Claw 8 if you're going for the high-end handhelds. And if you're going for a cheaper, lower-end one, then the ROG Xbox Ally that's currently on sale is the way I would go. I wouldn't expect as high of performance on the Xbox Ally because of the lower GPU compute units, only having 8 versus 16 on the Z2 Extreme. But this one's still gonna be able to play tons and tons of AAA titles, and a whole lot of older, lighter weight titles will run just perfectly at high FPS. Let's talk top 5 deals on gaming laptops on Best Buy's site right now. If you want to get the cheapest gaming laptop Best Buy is offering right now, that's a good performance option, the HP Victus 15 with 16 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 7 7445HS, and an RTX 4050 is gonna get the job done. It's cheap, it's gonna be able to play almost all the games on Ultra, it'll be more than 2 times more powerful than any of those handhelds, and it'll be cheaper than those handhelds to boot. So it's just not gonna be as portable and convenient to play games as having something that you can hold in your hand and walk around with a lot easier. Next is the Lenovo Lock 15. This one has an upgraded GPU all the way to the RTX 5060, which is a huge upgrade over the 4050. It has more VRAM and way more CUDA cores and a higher level of performance. Plus, this is the Lenovo Lock chassis, which I think is just better. So if I could spend money on a laptop currently that's less than like $900 or so, the Lenovo Lock 15 with the 5060, that's the way to go. $450 off of the current retail price. And I believe that's pretty dang accurate. Now, if you're after a portable, high performance OLED with great battery life and great overall functionality, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 with a 3K OLED 120 Hz display, this is the way to go. I have just reviewed this one and it's amazing. It's on the shelf right behind me. Just make sure you're on the latest drivers so that you don't have any crashing issues like some users have reported. Next, if you've got about $1,500 to spend on a gaming laptop, my go-to recommendation is the Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S with the RTX 5070 Ti. This has 32 gigs of RAM, a high-performance desktop class CPU, and a 1TB SSD with a OLED 240 Hz. And this one's only $1499. It's gonna be really, really good performance, but it is designed to be thinner and lighter. I have had my hands on with this one. It is very impressive, and you're gonna get most of the performance out of the internal components, but just know that since it's designed to be thinner and lighter, it's not gonna be like a max performance style laptop, but it'll still be very, very portable. It's an excellent college or business laptop potentially. MSI Vector 16HX. This one features an RTX 5080 with 16 gigs of memory, upgradable with SODIMM slots, a 1TB SSD, desktop class RTX 275HX, and a QHD plus 240 Hz IPS display, and it's $2099. Currently $400 off, and you're getting some of the best silicon for your money here. We have seen this on sale on Black Friday for as low as $1,900, but this is still an excellent overall price and still a laptop that I can definitely recommend. Just know there's no G-Sync or Advanced Optimus on this guy, but it's still fantastic silicon value for your money and a laptop that I can still wholeheartedly recommend. Let's talk about the top 3 XR glasses that you can get for a gaming laptop, handheld, desktop, smartphone, whatever. These are very versatile and they can be used in a whole bunch of different applications. The number one thing that they excel at is just watching movies and TV shows and playing games on a giant big screen in front of your eyes. Now, I have not tested this set of Ray Neo Air 3Ss or the X-Real 1 Pros yet, but I've got them on order. I'm going to be testing them soon, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on those reviews. Now, I have tested in detail the Viture Luma Pro XR glasses. I've spent hundreds of hours in these, and it's amazing. The big screen experience is just fantastic. Be very skeptical of Viture's marketing because a lot of their claims around the glasses, like being able to do immersive 3D and all kinds of content, 2D to 3D conversion, stuff like that. And in particular, the video stabilization of the window in front of you is not very reliable. But if you just want to have a big screen experience in front of your eyes, this one's amazing. It's over 1,000 nits bright. It's a huge display with a sharp micro OLED in front of you, and the iOS, so if you have an iPhone, the iOS version of Spacewalker works really well for the 2D to 3D conversion for watching traditional content in a 3D mode or for watching actual 3D content. So out of these three, I for sure can recommend the Viture Luma Pro, the X-Real supposed to have excellent stabilization. If you're after a stable virtual display in front of your eyes, this one should be a little bit better than the Luma Pro, but it costs more, which is not great. And the Ray Neo is like the budget micro OLED. It's a lower resolution, lower nits brightness, but it should present really good value at $269.99. It really undercuts the price of the other two sets of glasses. And I can't wait to try these out. Obviously, the reviews here look positive, but it's really hard for me to trust reviews of XR glasses right now. But overall, in terms of like, if I could recommend, if you have someone in your family that is a tech enthusiast and they love tech, getting a pair of XR glasses is probably the #1 revolutionary thing that could add value to their life that they probably don't already have. And the Viture Luma Pro, that's a really nice pair of glasses. Major cons to this one, the actual housing of the product has cracked for some users, so just know that going into it. Be sure to get the extended warranty through Best Buy if you want to make sure that there's no issues there. Viture does have a very good customer service that can replace this if you need to. And the other issue with the Luma Pro is that they designed the screen to be a little bit too tall visually for what you can see, at least for my eyes and the eyes of the people that have tried it with me. But it's still a really cool experience, and you can tweak it and get it to have a great overall visual experience for watching movies and videos. So that's the main reason that I can still recommend it. Let's talk headsets now. If you're after a good basic budget headset that's a 3.5mm jack and you don't want to spend too much money, this $36 Razer Black Shark V2 is a really good option. Now I've got the wireless version of these right here, and I believe this may have upgraded sound drivers because this one also costs a lot more. It costs like 120. This one's only 36. But if you're after a medium price, really high audio quality, then the HyperX wired is another great option to go with at $70. If you're after some stylish, high quality pair of headphones, I recommend the Barracuda X Chroma wireless headphones. Now these ones are ones I've been rocking now for about 4 months, and they have removable ear cups. They have removable ear cups that make it really easy for washing them, so you can work out in these if you want to. You just gotta wash it every now and then because yeah, they can get pretty smelly. That's one big downside to these ones. The ear cups don't come off easily, so washing these ones, way easier. Overall, I can definitely recommend the Barracuda X Chromas, but they are not like the highest quality audio experience ever in the world. The mic is removable, which I really like that. And it comes with a Lightspeed dongle for instantaneous, low latency gaming audio from whatever gaming device you plug it into. And they have really good battery life. I use these almost every day for like 2 hours, and they still are really good. And you can turn the color lighting off and on depending on if you want to have that enabled. If you're after a docking station for either your handheld or your gaming laptop, the Razer USB 4 dock is my go-to recommendation. If you plug this docking station into something like the Xbox Ally or any of the other handhelds, it'll fully power the system 100% and provide all the ports you need to run like a whole desktop experience right from the device. I've personally been using not quite this model, but the slightly older version of this model for several years to power and run all of my live streaming cameras, and it has worked flawlessly without issue for that entire period of time. So I can definitely give the Razer USB 4 dock 2 giant thumbs up, because not only are the ports high quality and the data throughput is great, the USB-C power delivery of 100 watts has been working flawlessly for me as well. Overall, I just really like this dock, and if you need one, this is the one I would recommend. Out of wireless mice, I've been using the Logitech G305 for about 4 or 5 years now, and I actually just lost my first one. I've had two of these. My first one is actually completely broken now because the right click stopped working after all those years of use. My main complaint with the G305 is that it keeps my laptop turned on. If I try to put it to sleep, it will just wake the laptop right back up. But this one has really good battery life. I only have to replace the AA battery in here once every 2 or 3 months. And this is great for gaming. It's lightweight, it's low latency. This comes with a USB-A plug-in that just pops right into the cover here and travels quite easily with a laptop or gaming handheld or whatever you want to use it with. The only downside to this one, no Bluetooth mode, but for a cheap mouse, it's good. But yeah, like I said, Logitech software just doesn't let my computer fall asleep. If you want your computer to actually stay asleep, you'll have to either shut it down completely or unplug this each time you put your computer to sleep. Next is a more expensive Logitech G502 Lightspeed wireless optical gaming mouse with some RGB lighting. I have used this mouse pretty extensively as well, and it's quite nice. It's a little bit larger, a little bit better ergonomically, and it has some more DPI settings, more mouse buttons. So if you like using macros or whatever, this one has some more options with it. If you're after another cheap optical hyperspeed mouse, you can get this Razer Basilisk V3. Now, I've not tested this one, but this one has a nice sale, and so it's one that I think I would be able to highly recommend, and maybe it would let your computer go to sleep, which with this one cannot do. So that's probably the main reason I would actually buy the Basilisk V3 instead of Logitech G305 if I was buying a new mouse right now, or potentially the SteelSeries Aerox 3 Superlight, which is a very nice mouse. I have owned this one in the past, and the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro Optical is one that has much cooler RGB lighting. So if you're after a fancier Razer one, this is probably the Razer mouse that I would go with instead. If you're after a gaming monitor, let's talk options. If you're on a budget, you can get an Asus TUF 24-inch Full HD 180 Hertz monitor. This one's going to be a great pairing to one of those lower power gaming laptops because this one's only a 24-inch Full HD and it has FreeSync. So you're going to be able to have no screen tearing, 100% sRGB. It's $100. It's really tough to beat the value you're getting on this monitor in particular. So if you're on a budget and you want to get a gaming monitor, this one's fantastic. Another great budget gaming monitor is going to be the Samsung Odyssey G5. I have reviewed this one in the past. 180 Hertz QHD, 32-inch, big screen, big pixels, lots of density because it's a QHD, and it's only $200. So great value from the Odyssey G5. And then if you want to go for a widescreen, but you don't want to break the bank, the LG Ultra Gear FreeSync HDR 400, which means it can peak to up to 400 nits brightness. This is a WQHD display and it's 240 hertz refresh rate. So you're stepping up into a widescreen display that's also higher resolution and higher hertz refresh rate. And this one also won't break the bank at being too expensive, but I've got two additional recommendations if you're wanting to get a really fancy premium monitor. This one is the LG Ultra Gear 34-inch OLED curved 240 hertz with NVIDIA G-Sync. I've done a review on this one in detail, and wow, it's got great speakers on it as well, so you can upgrade your speaker experience if you don't want to get external speakers. And it's a 240 hertz OLED, so it's just going to be extremely vibrant, extremely poppy, and just a gorgeous gaming experience all around. And I really like this 21:9 aspect ratio because way more games are going to be compatible with that resolution. Going to the ultra wide Samsung Odyssey G9, which is another monitor that I can recommend, but is a bit more niche because of the ultra wide aspect ratio. A lot of games can't play this ultra wide aspect ratio, but when they can play it, it's really immersive, though it is so wide that some of your vision is kind of lost in the horizontal aspects. And because it's also so wide, a lot of the HUD elements get set so far to the left and right, you're literally turning your head to see how much HP your character has left. So that's in general why I would probably recommend going with the LG Ultra Gear 34, which is 21:9 aspect ratio. It's a little bit more friendly to the game engines that exist out there, and it's a little lower resolution, so it's easier to drive the pixels. I mean, it's just such a nice monitor, and it's only $809.99. So this is my go-to recommendation for a super premium high-end gaming monitor currently, at least that's on sale. They do have, I think, the full price of this is normally $1,300, so $490 off right now. Pretty crazy deal. Get it while you can because it probably will not stay at that price for very long. Those are the top recommendations that I have for you from the Best Buy store for holidays 2025. So that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Brandon out.